So guys, the people of Rivers State are really lamenting on how the judiciary is about to lead Rivers State into another civil war. So guys, people are really, reacting as to the kind of rulings coming from the judiciary, especially the High Court in Abuja. I want you to take a look at all these clips. Take a look.
The gift of a man maketh a way for him. Are you hearing me? The gift of our former governor, the current FC minister, maybe he's making a way for him. Gift of building houses for judges. He started in this state. He's not far from here, just as here. Go there, you see where he built houses for judges. Gift of cars and other ones that we don't know. But this one is pronounced. This one I'm telling here, and the people of the state know. So how can the judge favored the current governor? You understand? I think that act alone, they are supposed to question the judges. Why would they be taking gift, such gift? They praise it.
Today, the judiciary of our great nation is of a concern to us and our democracy as a people. If this our democracy, if we are not careful, the judiciary is going to put our democracy into disarray. And it might end up leading to a civil war that is not necessary. Because judgments, counter judgments that are coming is really giving us serious concern. The issue of the legitimacy of the assembly is before a competent court. Judgment has not been given. So why are you taking side? How can you have a case in your court and you will deny interested parties in that particular issue? You can see the biasness from the side of the judge in this particular matter. The Rivers people that we know are peace-loving people. I know this particular judgment will not deter them from going into violence. They have always maintained the path of peace. And this judgment will not still push the people of Rivers State into crisis. I believe that the issue is going to be appealed, and the appeal court, I know, is going to revert this frivolous judgment that have just been given. Democracy has come to stay, and we wouldn't allow any fraudulent, corrupt judge to come and disrupt our democracy here in Nigeria. You know, the Niger Delta Ministry was created specifically to look into the infrastructural deficiencies in the Niger Delta. After the creation of the NGDC, the Niger Delta Development Commission, and its activities for a period of time, the then president found it and deemed it fit that the NGDC alone cannot meet up with the infrastructural challenges in the Niger Delta. Hence, a special ministry, which is the Niger Delta Ministry, was created to see how the infrastructural gap can be closed in the Niger Delta. We are surprised that despite our cries and yearning, a government will undermine the importance of development and the reason for the Niger Delta Ministry to be given sufficient funds to support the NGDC in the development of the Niger Delta. You know, under this new President Tinubu administration, the Niger Delta Ministry, in its first year budget, was underfunded. A pastoral sum of 15 billion was the total allocation given to the Niger Delta Ministry. And there were eyebrows. Because of that, we were believing that in the 2025 budget, there is going to be an upward review of the budget of the Niger Delta Ministry to support the Niger Delta Development Commission in carrying out sensitive regional projects. But to our greatest dismay, without consulting the people of the Niger Delta and knowing the reactionary pattern of the people of the Niger Delta, this current administration went ahead to scrap an important ministry for the people of the Niger Delta. I believe the stakeholders, the youth bodies are running around the clock to see how we can douse the tension that is rising here in the Niger Delta as a result of the maltreatment they believe they are having from this current President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration.
There were many other elections that were going on, but Rivers was the thorn in the flesh of everybody. And so what are you doing? They need to end this up. They need to give up. They are not more citizens than the other citizens.
The problem is that a lot of the members of the public seem absolutely befuddled and puzzled by what is going on, and wondering why they're being punished when these two politicians are fighting each other. I mean,
I think we need to call both the two of them, especially, you know, Wike himself. He has left the state. He should leave the state alone. You know, many of the governors that have gone before that are godfathers, many of them still have a hold. I remember one of the governors, they were quarreling that I want to give you this percentage, but you are insisting on this percentage of the government allocation and all of that. Looting the economy, looting the treasury. Money that you go to the poor people is going to the hands of a lot of people. And as long as you cannot protect the many, as long as the many millions of Nigerians that we cannot protect them, look at how many, you know, we have more than 62% of Nigerian youth, you know, Nigerian population as young people. That's a blessing. We have 4 refineries that is not working. Nigeria is the only country, only OPEC country that does not refine fuel. A country like America has 129 refineries. You can imagine the byproducts, what it produces. That's why many of the industries have closed down, because they're not getting raw materials. And Rivers is a volume. It's an oil environment, an environment that should have been producing and, you know, accommodating a lot of workers. They are turning it into a battleground. Do they know that there is tomorrow?
Well, that's a very good question.
There is time for them to start repentance.
That's a good question you raise, because I mean, you know, they don't seem to subscribe to the view that the points that you're making. I mean, the sense that we get is that they seem, I mean, both sides seem bent on winning their battle, and I mean, it's a quest for power, and it really matters very little to them about destroying whatever gets in the way, including governance in Rivers State. I mean, that's what is becoming apparent.
You know, the beauty of leadership. I have had the position of leadership in different organizations. I may not be a governor. You know, while working with ActionAid, I worked in 26 states across the country. You build those who are coming from you so that when you look back, you are happy about what you see. A leader who destroys, you know, after, you know, you take the carpet off the next person, you are not a leader. Leaders breed leaders. By building more leaders, you create momentum that will lead so that you can work freely, so that you can make plans for the future. How do you leave a place and then you still want to be involved in what is going on ground? And many of the governors are doing it. Many of them want to be involved. They are interested in who comes after them. In the interest of a leader, in who comes after them, those you have mentored, you wish they will come after you so that the things that you taught them, they will be able to carry on and let the place be stronger. A good leader will always ensure that the person behind him or her is greater than him.
Well, somebody said the reason they're concerned about people coming after them is because they haven't just got sort of skeletons in their closet, they've got graveyards, cemeteries in their closet.
Many of them looted the treasury.
And therefore, they need to be able to keep that
they want to hide
locked.
it. They want to hide it. They want somebody to protect them. And I just wonder, because when you die, not even 1,000 naira or $100 is useful for you. Because what you are doing by primitive accumulation, what you are doing, you are dirtying the surface of the earth. It will not be useful to your children. You can accumulate so much, because what we need to do for young people is to invest in the human capital.
Absolutely.
Prepare your children. The Nigeria that, we started growing up, when you finish from your youth service and all of that, a job is waiting for you. What is waiting for our young people now? Some people have graduated for 10 years. There are no jobs. But you will send a note. You go and train your children outside. You bring them to the country, and the poor people cannot get jobs. But how many people can get educated now? So let's focus on, I think the Rivers, citizens of Rivers, they need to get up. Because people are not, it's like we are not even angry enough. Well, something is going on like this between two people in your state, and you are still going to bed.
Yeah, so there's really nothing to protect the people of Rivers State in this conflict.
The power belongs to the people. They are the right holders. Power belongs to them.
Nothing could be more important to the people of Rivers State than for the conflict between these two men to be resolved peacefully. I mean, even beyond Rivers, the whole country is starting to look in that direction. But while the conflict is continuing, which it clearly is, there needs to be a mobilization of a much louder outcry against the conflict and its impact on the populace, which is the point that you're making here. And could that voice of the people be civil society? I ask this because civil society has battled even greater problems and won, such as military rule.
I think, when we're struggling with the military, when we're fighting the military, if we can you can leave your country and go outside and call on the African Commission on Human and People's Rights, on the military of Nigeria, and you still return and you are sitting in Nigeria, we are having a different kind of government right now. I think, President Tinubu is moving towards autocracy. And that is why people are protesting, or dictatorship rather. And that's why people are protesting, and you are charging them for treason. And you know what that is. So you are trying to quell a voice. People don't have food to eat. They can't move around. What else do you want them to do? You are pushing them to the wall, and you say they cannot react. And our fear is, Nigeria is such a great country. The people are very easy to lead. If only you use your money, redistribute your money, use the money the way it is. We have more than enough in this country. Why would a poor nation, poverty capital of the world, yes, we have been poverty capital, whether we are not today, but we are still, if you have more than 100 million people in Nigeria, if you go to most of the hospitals in Abuja now, if you don't put 1 million on the ground, they will not treat you. Who has 1 million? Where do you want to push the poor people of Nigeria to? And that is why we're saying, look, when the water starts boiling, it won't boil well. People will be consumed in it. There is no, how do you have election when there is no democracy in the election itself?
But let's focus again specifically on Rivers State.
Yes, you talk of organizing.
Yeah,
organizing the citizens of Rivers need to take up. But Nigeria itself, we need to challenge them. Because whatever affects Rivers will affect Nigeria. We all need more organizing. We're calling on the president. We are calling on the president.
Could that organizing be done by civil society?
Organizing can be done by civil society, but we have a government in place.
Right.
How can the president be sitting down and he's watching what is going on in Rivers? When you are a president, whether you are a president of a particular political party, you are a president of so many. So you are the president of the whole country. You are the father of the nation. We have other fathers of the nation. Yakubu Gowon, all the former presidents. Can they not call people to order? All of them are paid. They are paid on behalf of the taxpayers. They're using the taxpayers' money. for their own wealth, for their own health itself, is okay as fathers of the land. But you are seeing people, what they are doing now is to tell you what the government will be doing to us, because the government is being controlled from Abuja. No, Abuja, Wike is the one controlling from Abuja, and by controlling from Abuja will make him, is what he tells that wants to happen. And I'm calling them, you know, we are calling for, we should look at the future.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's important.
With you. I agree with you that there needs to be pressure from up, but also pressure from down. And you've got many more people at the grassroots level. And everybody knows that civil society is much closer to the grassroots.
We will keep organizing.
Is there a way, for instance, for civil society to galvanize and mobilize attention to emphasize and express the kind of indignation that you're expressing here about what this crisis is doing to the people of Rivers State and the lack of concern for them in all this? Because clearly and surely their right to be governed properly and for the resources of the state to be applied for their benefits appears to have gone amiss.
One of the things I heard from the governor, even when the court injunction came out, he said, I'm focused on governance.
Yeah, but he's not going to have any money to govern.
Yes, he's not going to have money to govern. When you look at, I think what we are going to be doing now, we are going to be looking for the judges that are issuing these threats, the judges that are issuing these judgments. Even the judge, I think the judge that issued the Kogi case will account for themselves. But the judges that have, I think, you know, the Chief Justice has already, you know, reported some cases of so many of the summons or whatever they have, the statements that were issued.
Questions have been
raised. So the questions, not just questions, but there's an investigation, you know, going on. And so we are interested in knowing that. But I think, you know, what they do, you know, to be a judge is a public thing. We want to know who is issuing those statements that is anti-people, because justice is about the people. And if you do anything that is anti-people, you should be questioned. You should take responsibility. You know what, you know, is going on now? What we are hearing now is that, you know, the Minister of Federal Capital Territory is building houses for judges. Are they not, you know, workers like Nigerian workers? Do they not have money for their housing that you now want to build? Is it to pocket the judges and make sure that you can capture 2027 general election? Wike himself was in PDP. Is he in APC now? Is it because he's a minister, or is it because he delivered his state? We are calling, I am using this medium to call on the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. Women are suffering, children are suffering, the people of Rivers are suffering. Nigeria is suffering because of the decisions. He made a statement before. He said the governor is not a small boy, that you have to respect him. Why is he not respecting him now? We need him to come back, because Rivers belong to his people. Generations of his children will go back to Rivers. He needs to come back now.
In furtherance.
And have a time. Let him repent.
Right.
Let him, you know, there is time for reflection.
Right. Well, there's a priest coming on after you.
Yes.
Maybe we'll get him to repent. But I mean, in furtherance of the points you're making, and I'm not downplaying them, how about a form of shuttle diplomacy? I'm just looking for practical ways to deal with it. Shuttle diplomacy in Rivers State, where if the two combatants won't sit down together in one room to negotiate, because apparently the only person who has been able to do that was the president of Nigeria, to bring them together in one room. Might it be possible for the negotiators to go to them? You know that when you look at, for example, Hamas versus Israel, oftentimes negotiations are taking place, but they're not sitting in the same room. So the negotiators go to one person, they talk to them, then they go to the other person and they talk to them, then they go back to the other person, until through a process they finally bring them together in the same room. You see what I mean?
Let me take it like this. I am in the Federal Capital Territory. Yes, Wike is the minister. And so we are responsible. We ought to abide by the rules and regulations of everything on FCT, make sure we pay our bills, make sure we pay everything. Why would I go from here you know, something about rivers. I want to go and meet.
There's not just you in particular.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Even if we are talking of civil society, what's his business with rivers? He's no longer the governor. He's not an ex-official member. What's his concern with rivers? He should leave the rivers people alone. He should be, you know, we don't know how to put ourselves as an elder statesperson. You know, you raise yourself to another level. You become an advisor. Let them do something good for your people. Many leaders who are not quite, you know, okay, don't want those who are coming behind them to be greater. But a great leader recognizes and motivates and clears the road for the person coming after them to be greater for the people. What were you doing that you didn't finish? Maybe there were some ideas that you had for rivers people that were not there. There has to be transparency and accountability. This excess money that we are using to loot from the states, where are we taking them to? You are not taking it from this world. If you have so many houses, you can only sleep in one. We need to invest. There is no money to invest in the human capital. We are in the place. You know, we need to, the political leadership, the cost of governance that we talk about. We don't have water in the FCT, but Tinubu bought a yacht. Now, if a poor nation like that, you go and buy a new aircraft. Now they are even talking about buying a new aircraft for the vice president. What are we talking about? In Britain, in Britain, when the prime minister is traveling, he will travel with British Airways.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
You've made some...
And so what I'm trying to bring out
I understand. I get the point. I mean...
What I'm trying to say is...
It's just that we're out of time.
Okay, Wike should leave Fubarai alone. Be an elder brother. Go back and sort yourself.
I think that's a very sound piece of advice, and a lot of people will agree with you there. Ene Obi is the former country director of ActionAid Nigeria. She was also the convener of the Civil Society Situation Room. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Very good to talk with you.
Thank
you. Or the federal government humiliating by seizing allocation of River State. With all we have, all we have within our reach will be sufficient for him to manage River State. And if that persists, if the seizure of River State resources, monetary allocation, persists, the state people, the state citizens and indigenous of River State will rise.
The internally generated revenue is there, which he has boasted that is collecting by about 25-27 billion every month. And let him make do with that. He has just boasted yesterday in their so-called purported Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving over what? Somebody that his house is falling is going to celebrate, jubilating that you have won for 1 year. Just check the rascality. What are we not saying? Instead of it to come and make peace, you are celebrating that you are winning. I mean, does he have advisors at all? Those people around him are the people.
Thank God he has realized that Tinubu can push him. He's not afraid of anybody. We, the supporters, we are not afraid. So the governor said he will pay salary, and he will pay. We are in support. We are support of the governor. We are behind him.
So everything, people are also saying Wike is the one responsible.
Of course, he will get tired.
Wike will get tired.
Yes.
Oh, all right. You have a message for River State government?
Yes, I'm just saying that River State that I am strongly behind him.
The city government.
Yeah. The norms, it fights back. What makes it democracy and not a military regime is just the assembly, National Assembly and State Assembly. As soon as you take away the State Assembly and National Assembly, it's no longer democracy. So since it's the democracy that we are practicing, we have to follow all the tenets of democracy. You understand me? So what just happened, the judgment yesterday of the allocation and all the rest, is the normal thing. Because since the governor refuses to recognize, not by his power, not by his strength, but by law, what the law says, since he does not want to obey the rule of law, the rule of law will take its course. There is no two ways about it. There is no shortcut about it. It is the assembly that appropriates. So as soon as you say you will just come and spend the taxpayers' money without being appropriated,
Appropriation bill.
the people responsible will go to do the needful and bring you to call you to order. That is just what happened.
At the detriment of the rivers.
What detriment?
At the detriment of the rivers workers.
What detriment? What detriment? The internally generated revenue is there, which he has boasted that he's collecting by about 25-27 billion every month. And let him make do with that. He has just boasted yesterday in their so-called purported Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving over what? Somebody that his eyes is falling is going to celebrate, jubilating that you have won for 1 year. Just check the rascality. What are we not saying? Instead of it to come and make peace, you are celebrating that you are winning. I mean, does he have advisors at all? Those people around him are the people that is coming to make the river, to make our God-given words in River State, telling him that they are supporting him, they are praising him. How will somebody go to a Thanksgiving when your house is in crisis? You are telling God thank you for making you to triumph over what for the past 1 year. I mean, so it's a pity. It's quite unfortunate.
All these things happen. Like you always say, Wike is not the one responsible. But a lot of people are saying Wike is behind.
It is not Wike. It is not Wike. It is a governor that refused to obey the rule of law. It is the governor, Sim Fubara, that refused to obey the rule of law. He is fighting with the law, not Wike, not even with Right Honorable Martin Chikamewule. He is fighting with the law.
Fubara is not obeying the rule of law. That's why.
Okay, the appeal court about three weeks ago.
He said he should represent the people to.
Not if he say represent, it seems as if he has presented it before. Present the budget to the rightful speaker and the rest of assembly members. He said no, that you have two so-called what that is parading themselves as assembly members. Okojombo is co-travelers. Say they are appropriating, they are doing this. Even all those commissioners so appointed there, they are illegal. All those they are illegal. You understand me? So what I'm telling you in essence is this: let him do the needful, and everything will come to normalcy. Let him do the needful, and everything will come to normalcy.
What is the needful, sir?
The needful is let him obey the rule of law. Let him obey court orders, and everything will normalize. He's not fighting with Master Chikamewule. My boss, His Excellency Chief Master E.M. Wike, POS Africa, GSSRS, Life Venture, is there in Abuja performing his duties on daily basis. He does not even know what is happening in the state. The governor is fighting with the law. The governor is not fighting with Matis Amehule.
You can't say Wike does not know what is happening in Rivers State.
Wike does not know what is happening in the state. I am telling you that the governor is fighting with the law. Let him obey the law. And he will have rest. He will have peace. He will sleep well.
But Rivers governor seems to be moved by what just happened.
Okay, let me tell you something. Even in the war front, you go to war front with 500 soldiers. 200, 300 soldiers has been defeated, have been killed. You still, as a commander, you still tell the rest 200 that fight on, we will defeat them, fight on. You will not tell them that you will not defeat them, they will run. That is what is playing out.
So Wike should.
He is trying to come and mesmerize the public. To mesmerize the public that nothing is happening.
So
see, as I speak with you, as a man, Fubara is not having sleep. Fubara, as he is there now, he cannot even make love with his wife because his mind is not settled. It only takes a settled mind to make love with your wife. If you don't know.
Because of what happened yesterday.
All this while, not even yesterday on. All this why, even in fact, right from that day that appeal court gave the judgment.
So the governor is starving his wife of sex because he could not.
I am telling you, as a man, even you cannot. Your manhood will not get up because your spirit, your state of mind is not settled. You know, if you like, take the highest spirit. What is hot drink? It will not.
So government,
because as soon as your mind strikes there, everything goes down.
So the governor should go and make peace with Wike.
He should make peace with the law.
Not with Wike.
It is the law that is fighting.
Yes, the governor is not doing the right thing. So let the right thing be done. That is what we are saying.
So at the detriment of the people.
Not excuse me, not at the detriment of the people. Yes. The right thing. See, people's suggestion, people's will is not the rule of the law. Okay. The rule of the law is the rule of the law. When the law says A, if 1 million people say B, B cannot stand. It's that A that will stand because that is law. Law is law, both in America, Western world, every other place. You cannot, because 1 million people is saying B, you say let B go. When the law says A, that is what we are talking.
People always say this problem happening in Rivers State is Wike is the one, is the genesis of all this, because the structure has been tampered with. But as we say, we can see Wike in Abuja giving contractors, awarding jobs to contractors, commissioning new roads and everything. Since Wike is not in.
Okay, well, let me shock you. People will say anything they want to say. People will say that. But I want to ask you a question now, as a journalist. Did you hear what Professor Chidi Odenkalo said yesterday? About 20 years ago, when Tinubu was governor of Lagos State, the Supreme Court refused to grant that request of allocation. That is Obasanjo not giving them allocation. That now Federal High Court have overruled Supreme Court. Will you accept with him? Is it the same case? Is it the same scenario? Okay, a professor of law, human rights officer. So because he says so, you will accept him. Let us begin to learn. This case is different from Lagos State. Is
the one not obeying the rule of law.
That exactly.
Presenting the other bill
to the legally legislature
of the state,
legally constituted legislature. Yes, they are. The court said they are. The law said they are the legally constituted legislature, not the other 4 people, 3 people. How can 3 or 4 people pass the appropriation of a whole state? Who told you? Who said so?
They sang it in the house with the way.
And the court say mayor, social media.
Okay, or just
mayor social media this thing. No.
So
I don't believe that.
Governor Fubara came out to say that they should not worry. He's even giving thanks. You know, this thing happened 29th was saying they should not worry. He has already paid his contractor. And they are
it's possible. It's possible.
They are getting payment. They should not worry.
It's possible.
He says this thing is not long. It's not. Fubara is not moved by whatever is happening.
See, one thing you should know is that I might come now publicly and shout, hey. Then when I go to the house, I will be crying. Nobody knows about that one. Anybody that told you that Fubara slept well yesterday, the person is lying to you. He did not sleep well yesterday. Let us keep joke. Leave that, bros. Leave that. Do you know what it means? The whole state allocation. Maybe they might have concluded with this month on. Let us watch what will happen from next month.
So Rivers State
maybe we will have, because they have before now. They have, this judgment before the paper will get to all the relevant authority. Maybe they might have released the money. From next month, maybe he will go for stay. If he didn't get the stay of execution, then they will begin to implement it. That we will know if he will that dance that he danced here, because already they were in that place before the ruling came. So you don't expect him to mourn, to begin to cry there. No, you don't expect him to do that. Even you will not do it. You at least you cheer yourself up as a man. So that your people, you cheer yourself up. Tell your people what they will hear, what to make them strong. Because if you begin to cry, my message to him is to do the right thing. carry that budget, go and present. He has never done it before. That one that he did is cancelled. So go and present it to Amehuni. Let them look into it, pass it. You 2025 on, give them. Let the states keep on going. Run the government. No, nobody's disturbing him. For the government, it's only the politics that we told him you cannot leave their politics. No, governance, nobody's disturbing him.
Fubara is ungrateful.
In times of politics now. In times of politics now.
To make him the governor.
In times of politics now.
Do you feel Fubara bite the hand and fed him?
Before, okay, you need a soothsayer to tell you. When people slept at Aba Road for how many weeks? People fought at airport. Fought at the airport when EFCC want to. People do this, people do that because of him. There were more than 50 that collected that form. They talked to people, they allow him. He came first for the primaries, stood for election, won election. Them, all those people that did all those things, you say they are nobody. No, they will show you see, let me tell you. You see cocoyam leaf. If you press cocoyam leaf will shout when. That thing will shout when, that's something make him shout when.
At the first.
Never see the one wasting your BRT. Go see him.
So more is coming.
He's fighting and does not have direction of his fight. Eventually, the person is fighting in vain. The governor, as a governor of the state, the number one citizen of the state, he has the confidence as an elected governor that even though the president or the federal government humiliate him by seizing allocation of River State, with all we have within our reach will be sufficient for him to manage River State. And if that persists, if the seizure of River State resources, monetary allocation persists, the state people, the state citizens and indigenes of River State will rise and block all River State, all federal income that coming from River State and manage it within them. We will manage our resources, we will have enough. I thank God that River State is a blessed state. So anyone that is ruling this state has a lot.
So River State will be ruling as a regional on its own, without federal allocation, an independent state, independent.
Yes, that is where the present administration of Tinubu is pushing the state to, because by right, as a president of the country, he was supposed to call the Wike, the FCT minister, to order. All this fight that is going on is not nobody. The fight cannot fight itself. Somebody must introduce a fight. You cannot just come up one morning and begin to see people killing themselves, fighting themselves. Something must instigate it. So Wike is brain behind what is happening in River State. All the wrongs that is going on in River State.
Wike is in Abuja awarding contracts.
No. As you can see, let's just tell ourselves the truth. My brother, that is mere politics. That is mere politics. They know what they are doing. The FCT minister, Wike, knows what he is doing. How can he, as a single person, as an individual, will come?
So guys, I don't know what you make of what is happening in Rivers State. So you've seen that even some people are still standing with Wike. I was really shocked. That's why I decided to just allow this video to play so that people will also see some ideas of other people in Rivers State. So some people even believe that what Wike is doing to Fubara is okay, that Fubara is actually spoiling Wike's structure, that Wike picked him to become governor. He doesn't have any right to spoil Wike's structure, and that anything he wants is going to see, that he's even going to see more than what he's seeing. So you can imagine there are some people that are so gullible, you know, seeing what is actually happening. And Fubara has come out many times to say, tell me my crime. What is it that I did? If not that Wike feels that Fubara is not paying attention to, you know, his his directives. You know, he wants to be the sheriff in Abuja and the sheriff in Rivers State. And Fubara himself is not finding that easy, you know, managing the state in a situation where somebody will be in Abuja dictating to him the way he runs the state. And also, we saw that Fubara was ready for peace before now. Even many people talked down on Fubara. Why did he ever accept that agreement from Tinubu? And Fubara also tried to like tell the world that don't worry, I know what I'm doing. So Fubara actually wanted peace. But guess what? These people kept giving him boost bars until, as it stands now, Fubara has developed that thick skin that he's not even ready to bow down. As in, nobody can intimidate him as it stands now. And that is why he's taking a very tough stance against, you know, Wike. And so many Rivers people, fortunately, very fortunately, so many Rivers people are behind Fubara. So that's to tell you that Fubara is definitely going to win this war. So guys, I don't know what you make of all this. You've seen the reaction coming, people giving the CJN Basbos, you know, how the judiciary has been destroyed under her watch within the space of how many weeks that she took over. I tell you, all kinds of judgment, all kinds of judgment, all kinds of in short, you will just know that the judiciary is standing with Wike, not being neutral. They are standing, they've taken side. So guys, I don't know what you make of all this. It's really so sad seeing our country deteriorating, really going down, because some people want their self-interest to be represented. So I don't know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think what Wike is doing, why is it that Tinubu is not talking? Why is it that Tinubu is not calling Wike to order? Many people have argued, why not tell this man to just stop? It will not take you anything, but just give him that instruction to stop setting the state backward. Instead of allowing the state to progress, the state is now backward because of all these distractions. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about what is happening in Rivers State? What do you think about the judges and all that, you know, taking over the state? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.